All right, hello, welcome to Billionaire Baddie Tarot. We're just gonna pick up where we left off with girl, some stalking preacher. I'm like, what? Excuse me, sir? All right, I don't know what's going on. They keep interrupting my lives. I don't know why. I ain't finna sugarcoat. I ain't finna like nothing because ain't no reason to. I don't know. Somebody pressed. Period. I was doing my VIP political tarot and they was interrupting it then. Like I ain't finna, you know what I mean? I ain't finna mince no words. I ain't finna like nothing. So I don't know. Maybe somebody got a problem with women talking or feel like women should. I don't know what the hell. Okay, it sounds like you need to go back to the 1500s or something. Okay. Uh. All right. Somebody like people to kiss their ass or people to tell them what they want to hear. That serves no purpose. It definitely doesn't serve you no purpose. Whoever you are, that's probably your problem now, or why shit going to hell in the handbasket or whatever the reason, okay? Here, whoever that's for, okay? You can keep interrupting the live. I'm gonna keep going live till I finish the reading, but I ain't finna mince no words. Ain't no point. Not when I'm speaking the truth. Ain't no point. All right. If you got a problem with the truth, then that sounds like you got a problem with you. Okay. Now, moving on, Betty, make sure you lock in, subscribe, hit the notification bell, okay, and meet us over in VIP for the most exclusive psychic readings on breaking news and trending topics that everyone wants to know about. There are some tiers, so you go ahead and scroll the menu, treat yourself. I suggest the all access tier, which gives you access to all of my psychic readings on all of my YouTube platforms, in addition to all the psychic readings I release exclusively, all right, in VIP. Okay, here. Let's go over there and have a look. All right, so we was getting to this preacher who has been lurking, I guess, around your social medias or church or something. Okay, somebody feels like they're in a place to judge you. I feel like you sideline this person, whoever it is. They're showing up as, again, this preacher and this judge. So it could be a father figure, it could be your husband, it could be the actual preacher, a judge, a lawyer, somebody that just feels like they're important in a position to judge you. But like as I said before, they're not even showing up as themselves. They're lurking, they're spying, they're stalking, and going off wherever to their buddies, cronies. Maybe throwing subs at you while you're sitting in the congregation. Girl, I don't even know if you know they talking about you. Maybe you do. You might just be sitting there like, like euphoria, like, bitch, is this play about me? I'm here to tell you it is, girl. We gonna find out what he wants. All right. Again, there's something here. Maybe you speak like their mother. I do feel like they want to talk to you, but I feel like they're a little scared. Okay. Here they could be a mama's boy or have something like that, or just used to women kind of coddling them. They're not used to dealing with somebody that basically it's all about confidence. And of course, you're a billionaire baddie. I know you have confidence about yourself, very matter of fact, very assertive. And it's just like, again, I don't have a, you don't have a reason just to sit up and, we ain't got to play all them games, period. Right. And so we have this guardian. So you might have peeped this already, okay? Or, maybe, the pastor or somebody in this position, whoever this masculine is, they sitting over here, girl, all right? You may have peeped this and blocked it, like, okay, this person is moving weird. So let me go ahead and set you over there. So I'm going to continue on to see what the hell their problem is. First of all, why are they hiding in the shadows, okay? I feel like you trigger this person here, okay, you have to, for them to be able to not feel comfortable showing up as who they are or just making their presence known, because they are clearly lurking, clearly stalking. Okay. Here, clarify. Yeah, investigation. Like somebody is just, okay, you intrigue somebody. Okay, somebody is hella nosy. Hella nosy. Now, we have deal on the bottom of the deck. We have interviews. So, if this is a situation where, again, this is like a social media thing, maybe this person has a podcast or something, they want to interview you, but I feel like this person wants to talk to you, wants to get to know you, but they're judging you at the same time. You know what I mean? Which we tend to do, but it's like, again, it's like a double standard, because how are you stalking, lurking, judging baddies, whatever you're judging her for, and you're not even showing up authentically. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't you kind of be looking at yourself? I do have deal here on the bottom of the deck, okay, here. And we also have defiant, all right? I really do feel like this person, all right, is kind of used to people or women, so to speak, kind of being very submissive, very timid, okay, here. And you're just not, okay, like you're just not. I don't feel like you really deal with, ego, especially when you have the level of discernment that you have. And I feel this situation is telling me you had a level of discernment, you called it out, and this person got triggered by it. All right. We have swimsuit and demanding here. So I already know you're attractive. I know a lot of you guys are getting yourselves together for the springtime and summer and all of that. Okay, here. Um, again, I just keep getting this like really controlling energy from this masculine, from this person, because we have letter, wasteful, manager, and wistful, magician and rogue, a musician. I said magician, so it seems like you have a lot of men around you that are lurking, thirsting, and trying to figure out how they can make their way in or how they can gain access to get next to you with some type of plot plan or strategy to control, yeah, or monetize, all right, what you have going on. For some of you, they are using you as material again for their sermons, for their podcasts, for their songs, talking stuff, a very disgruntled, type of energy. So I feel like it's a little bit of both, intimidated, but at the same time want to exploit and take advantage. And maybe because you set up a firm boundary, because you set up a boundary with this person, it could be an ex-boss. Maybe you turned in your, 2 weeks notice after someone was just, not really appreciating, your work ethic, what you brought to the table. Maybe it was a musician or a rapper. Okay. I just feel like you set up a boundary, and if somebody's disgruntled, so they could be using, they're lurking, stalking, and then maybe using you as material for whatever, child. Okay. On the other hand, I do feel like it's the same, a collective of masculines, and somebody's trying to figure out how to get, close so they can exploit, okay, you, period, just you. Okay, girl. All right, let's clarify some more. Tell me more. Let me go to the tarot. I got 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So a lot of you could have a social media presence, or you're just big shit at work, or just in your neighborhood, maybe the best looking at church, whatever it is. Okay. I feel like a lot of people look up to you. You're noticeable. Of course, you're a billionaire baddie. Okay. You're rich in spirit. All right. I don't know what your wallet look like, but to be rich in spirit is like the best thing, right? Okay, so I feel like a lot of people, okay, look up to you. You're noticeable. When you walk in the room, people, all right, when you walk in the room, people notice, okay, here. Um, what is this preacher one? I want to separate this preacher and this judge. I feel like they are one person, but uh, two different energies, okay? I feel like you've triggered this preacher because, again, they're supposed to be like allegedly holy, but they're human. All right. I told somebody the other day, I said, a man is flawed. So I've had better luck just going directly to God and the Holy Spirit. All right. Because every church that I went to, it's always some man trying to exert control, and the word ain't got nothing to do with the with the word of God. It's more like your personal doctrine or ideology, and trying to exercise control and obedience through force, intimidation, coercion. All right. Yeah, this nigga wants you. Okay. I heard all the rich niggas want you. All right. Divine feminine here. All the rich niggas want you. Nine of cups. Somebody could also low key have a drinking problem. All right, exactly. It's like, how are you telling me anything? I do feel like you rejected this person, or this person is watching you. They may want to make an offer, but they know you don't play that, so it's like they're already telling themselves, yeah, I would like to talk to Baddie. I would like to reach out to Baddie. That's if you don't know this person, right? I feel like either or, somebody wants to say something, but they feel like you will reject them, or they want to work with you and they feel like you will reject them or reject their offer. As far as the offer, I feel like you probably would, because I feel like they're so intimidated by you. They would, in spite of your talents and your gifts and that you bring the goods, and you know what I mean, they know that you are somebody that, would bring money and audience, whatever the fuck they want, but they would try to lowball you just again to try and exercise some control. They know you will reject that. Okay. You would reject what they are used to offering other people, or what other people are satisfied with, because you know your worth. Okay. I do feel like you're a different type of breed, or maybe this is the first time, somebody, these masculines have dealt with your type. Okay. Here, somebody could also at the same time again be speaking, watching, and speaking against you or whatever you're doing. Okay. Here for some of you, it could be somebody from the past, uh that you stopped communicating with, you stopped dealing with, you ended the relationship, you left the church, you left the job, whatever, you block them on social media, and they haven't been the same since. They haven't recovered since. I do feel like you're out here doing your thing. You have so many options. The world is, I mean, I just feel like you're uber super talented with this Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and this Three of Wands. All right. Here, you're moving forward. Looks like you're moving forward towards your happy ending. Somebody feels left out. Okay. This may be somebody, again, that you know more intimately, or you just know them. This could be a relationship where, again, maybe maybe you are a domineering or very confident type woman, but you met this person, and maybe you got into talks about relationship dynamics and what a man and a woman is supposed to do. Maybe this was the first person that you allowed yourself at least to be vulnerable with, like, yeah, I'll let you play that role now, and they took advantage of it, so you snatched your power back. A lot of this is giving, you gave somebody a chance and an opportunity. They played with you, played in your face, or they tried to manipulate, control, or exploit you, and you snatched your power back, is what this is giving. Okay. What's this Judge energy? Some of you, this is somebody in the past. Others of you, this is somebody recent. Okay, whoever these factors are, whether it's an old boss or an ex, or if you dated somebody famous or a celebrity, I just feel like at the end of the day, you snatched your power back from somebody that was trying to be manipulative and controlling. Yeah, Five of Swords, talking shit. Yeah, so with this Judge, okay, again, all in one, I do feel like they slander you, they talk stuff, or they talk stuff about you if it's on the job. If it's an ex, they talk stuff about you to your family, friends, or anybody that'll listen. If it's a musician, he talks shit about you in the songs. If it's a preacher, he talks shit about you in the pulpit during the sermons. If he got a little podcast, or whatever, he talks shit about you online. You know what I mean? Yeah, here's the Knight of Swords. Okay, just reckless talking crazy. All of this because you walked away. All right, and you walked away because it's like, nigga, you see him. Somebody was trying to play in your face like you didn't have the discernment, like you couldn't see the mask that they were wearing. And this is how this person showed up, plain as day. Even the Holy Spirit is saying this person is a mask. They are not who they pretend to be. And you saw their shadow side. That's exactly what this is. You are able to see their shadow side. You may not have even called it out initially. Okay, here, women play dumb. We play dumb until we verify. All right, here. And I feel like once you verify, you got the fuck up out of Dodge. All right. And I feel like what gave this person away is their temperament. All right. They were quick to react, quick to respond negatively to something you said right here. And they decided to retaliate. And when they retaliated, it dropped the mask. It revealed everything that you thought you saw, this devil energy. All right. So it was a confirmation. Okay. Here, their behavior, their words. Okay. their actions towards you, it was a confirmation of what they felt like, you know, you couldn't see. And I feel like they're able to hide this from everybody else, but they weren't able to hide this from you. And so intuitively, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and exit stage left. I don't need it. All right. Some of you, again, if it was a job, a relationship imbalance, maybe one person was making more than the other. You left a church, now you don't have a church no more. Whatever. I feel like you were willing to take that L because God told you, okay, who this person was, who they really were. And I feel like this person is able to trick and fool and blind everyone else, but they weren't able to blind you. And that's, basically at the end of the day, what they have, their problem, their issue with you. You were able to see through all of this. Okay. Here. I feel like this is somebody also again who is coddled by the people around them, their family, their friends. They're kind of pampered, or don't nobody really check this person. Okay. This is somebody that wants to check you, but they remain unchecked by the people around them. They don't have nobody to tell them straight up, like, oh, you foul, you fake, you're a liar. I see this and I see that. You were able to see everything that they try and hide from other people, and that's why they're intrigued but intimidated at the same time. And instead of, again, like doing that work or reaching out and talking, you intimidate them so much. It's like, no, I'm gonna just tear baddie down. I'm gonna try to tear her down. I'm gonna ruin her reputation. I'm gonna say she's a slut, she's a hoe, she's a freak, got a different nigga every day of the week, but he got a crush on you. Okay, that's all this is. Next caller. Okay, like next caller. Okay. And it's because you see how I just like literally did that. It took like 5 seconds. I feel like you can read this person, or maybe you just read men, you just read people with that high priestess energy. You may play crazy, you know what I mean? And I feel like you could play crazy out of politeness, okay? Because how sharp you are is just embarrassing. You know what I mean? People may get embarrassed by how sharp you are, and the fact that, they're just not able to pull the wool over your eyes like they do everybody else. Okay. And instead of just respecting the God, you know what I mean? They get mad because you know, they're used to being the only people that can do that. Okay. Here, nobody has done that before you. Maybe other people have did it. Maybe it's, probably a male or whom they consider a peer, but no woman has been able to peer or pierce, okay, their soul, their personality, their mask, their shadow, like you did. Okay, just flawless, period. Here, they don't know how to deal with that, but I feel like they can't stop watching you, but they're watching you and slandering you at the same time. Slandering you because with that high priestess, you can see them. And so it's just like, let me try and malign and call this person the demon, the devil, the everything but the child of God that you are, simply because you have the ability to see who they are. And they're so afraid that you will reveal who they are. But you had no intentions of revealing who they were because you left Eight of Cups. Okay. It's like you couldn't even be bothered. You don't even waste your time with that type of energy, right? So here this person is relentlessly attacking you and slandering you and talking shit, all because they are being found out. But why are you doing that if baddie left? Right? So again, you are revealing the truth of your character. Okay, all you're doing is all they're doing is validating what you saw in them from the beginning. That devil energy, okay, that mischief, that manipulator, that domineering control freak who manipulates through coercion. All right, and for some of you, if it's a church, you were able to say, like, no, that ain't got nothing to do with God. That ain't God. God ain't said none of that. Okay, here. Somebody was trying to do some mind control bullshit on you, and you pulled the rug from up under their ass, and they've been mad ever since. They're mad because they think like you're gonna expose them, but you left. You couldn't care less. Okay. And then now it becomes, well, how dare you leave? Okay. Here, how dare you leave after seeing right through me? Yes, that Nikki song. You see right through me. How do you do that shit? Okay, girl, lurking, talking shit, girl. Yeah, some of you, it is a colleague at work. All right. Here, I do feel like within this collective, there is somebody that genuinely wants to fuck with you, though. They're a little intimidated, but they're trying to figure out what angle they're trying to get their shit together. So I do feel like somebody respected. You know what I mean? That's real grown man shit, right? Here, okay. But again, with this nap and wealthy, somebody want to play with you and play with your money. They don't want to give you what you deserve. I feel like they would play a nigga that money. Okay, they will be willing to pay a man that somebody that again that does not have the talent, does not have. They'll pay a dummy. All right, but they don't want to pay you. They don't want to give you the respect you deserve. And I feel like you said respectfully fuck you. Okay, like I okay here, and good for you having that confidence because you deserve. Why would you hang around somebody that rewards dumb people and then want to play with you, like, don't want to give you what you deserve or what you're supposed, like, that don't even make no sense. They wouldn't even take that for themselves. So why does somebody expect for you not to have that confidence and reverence, respect, and honor for yourself? These are people that don't want you to honor yourself, honor your gifts, honor your worth, honor who you are. The woman, the womb, okay, as you were biblically called to be. They say they want that, but then when you present that, they try to tear you down because they know they didn't do the work and they aren't there. I'm gonna end it there because I'm just tired of talking. Okay, I'm just like I can see, and then this is why you left, right? Because it's like respect the law. Mhm.